disrespect to Unc, but
And by the way, I just also want to say that um ever since he cut his bridge with Ethan Klein, he needs a new way to get more viewers, right? He needs a new way to get more viewers. And I think that, he sees this as an opportunity to get more viewers that way, right? To him, viewership is everything, right? To him, getting more and more viewers is all he cares about. So, yeah, that's what I think is going on.
Bernie is very old. But the reason why people like him is because he is an earnest communicator and he has been an incredibly stubborn guy for all of his life, for his entire
Hmm.
life. He's always been anti-establishment. He's always advocated for select policies that you can very easily identify. He is defined by what he is.
I just want to keep in mind that that not Destiny fuck that Hassan has literally encouraged his audience to brigade NPR's comment section.
Advocating for. And I
I'm
think
just saying.
politicians need to remember that. That's what they need to do because ultimately that's what we want. I'm not going to Wendy's because I really want to read what's on the menu. I'm going to Wendy's to get a Baconator. Okay. And I think people forget that. In politics, like your job is the policies, put the policies in the bag. Put the policies in the bag. I don't care about anything else. I only care about what you can do for me.
Wow, remember the last time Hassan was so passionate about policy? You mean the policy of calling up Israel and saying, "Hey, if you don't like bring down the walls or some shit, we're gonna invade you with the American military." Is that policy? Is that putting the policy in the bag, Hassan? Is putting the policy in the bag is like telling Israel to accept, a genocide from Gaza? Is that putting the policy in the bag, Hassan? Oh my God, dude, he is actually just so fucking dishonest. It is disgusting.
And I want the Democrats to remind
Whoa,
themselves of this because Republicans certainly know
crazy,
that that is the way
unhinged.
to win elections. They will either create hysteria surrounding issues that where they will actively position vulnerable populations and minorities as like the vector of hate and the reason for all of the things that are going wrong in American society, and then they'll actively write legislation to harm them. But that's something that they're offering to their bases, whereas the Democratic Party refuses to do that, and oftentimes even refuses to
Hmm.
recognize that people are angry, or even sometimes
Yes, shit on the Democrats more, Hassan. Oh my God. Maybe the more you shit on the Democrats, the more policies they'll pass for you. Great idea, Hassan. Maybe this is surely a way to wake up the collective consciousness of the fucking voter constituents. Oh, whoa.
will say
So
there's
good,
only
Hassan.
certain
Thank you.
forms of anger that are appropriate.
Wow.
Your kind of anger is actually an expression of male rage, let's say, and therefore inappropriate or something. I don't know.
Hmm.
It's just like it's perceived as smug, elitist, entitled, and completely out of touch by a lot of
Ah, smug, elitist, entitled. Does that remind you of anyone, Hassan? Every single time you look in the mirror in the morning to apply your male makeup? Mmm.
people. And I think it's not just men in
Mmm.
general. There are
Meow
a lot of people
meow.
feel
Meow
this way about the
meow.
Democrats. Um, and the best possible way to stop that is by just being normal, being chill, being someone that's fun to be around, and genuinely caring about improving people's material circumstances.
Oh my God, Hassan must not be fun to like be around, okay? After you invite him out to dinner, you know what he's gonna do? He's gonna tell you to pay for it. Do you guys remember when Hassan was out with his friends and like um he refused to pay for it just mainly because he's like, "Oh, well, oh my God, he's so fucking stingy, dude. He's not even like a good friend. Fuck me, dude."
Because that's what your job is as a politician at the end of the day.
When you're talking about policies and the right, Republicans' approach to that, it makes me think about the fact that, like, since Trump's been in office, like, we've seen countless ramifications, right, for the things that he's promised: immigration enforcement, cuts to federal disaster aid, cuts to Medicaid. And if you're online as much as I am, then you've seen the gamut of reactions from Americans like all across the political spectrum. A lot of people are not happy.
Listen, this is probably a normie version of being terminally online, okay? Is like browsing Facebook 24/7, seeing if Karen has like recently had her new kids yet, okay? That is probably her definition of terminally online. My definition of online is everyone trying to skew each other through the heart and fucking each other in the butt, okay? Listen, we are not built the same, okay? All right, your version of terminally online is not the same as mine. Oh
But I
God.
wonder how has this moment maybe influenced how you want to speak and who you're trying to reach?
Oh, it hasn't changed my rhetoric or strategy even remotely because I literally said that this was going to happen. As a
Oh
matter of
fuck,
fact,
whatever,
I said that
whatever.
this was going to happen after Trump wins before Trump even won. Since I mean, I've been saying this for the past 10 years. I've seen this cycle play itself out every single time. Republicans think they like a policy because the Republican politicians whip up hysteria surrounding a thing that they claim is happening. And the most common example of this
Definition.
is migrant crime. Or before it's it
Tell us more about migrant crime. You mean like the tax evasion that you probably do? I'm kidding. No, okay, again, no tax evasion, okay? Misinformation, all right? But I wouldn't be too surprised,
was
okay?
always white supremacist versions of that, specifically that was like anti-black, right?
You know, what you're saying reminds me of that Lyndon B. Johnson quote. You know, if you can convince the lowest white man that he's better than the best colored man, he won't notice you're picking his pocket. Hell, give him somebody to look down on and he'll empty his pockets for you.
And that's true.
Why is Foodshops torturing us, bro? Because I love torturing you guys, okay? It turns me on, actually.
I mean, white supremacy is a fairly important motivating principle, but I think that the most adequate solution against that is not simply to say like, oh, this person is a white supremacist and these people can never change their positions or whatever. It's I come at this from a place of understanding that we are all victim to social conditioning, and that if we are to understand as leftists as
Well, the thing is that you probably see how social conditioning works in a way where you're able to manipulate your audience. It's not the same, Hasan.
progressives, that
Jesus.
America is a racist, sexist, homophobic, bigoted country, then it's understandable that there's going to be expressions of said bigotry that is left dormant in a lot of people who have not explored or gone on a political journey and kind of just like take
Hmm.
all of these pre-existing social constructs for granted as though it is the norm. And possibly because, I am a privileged person. I'm a straight white man.
You know, there's always like this group of people, like what they will do is that they will say how privileged they are as a way to humble brag at the same time. Does that make sense? Do you guys ever have people who do this? Where they talk about how privileged they are, but all they are doing is that they're finding another avenue to humble brag. I swear to God, it's like one of the most insufferable things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I guess like the only line of attack in that regard is usually the fact that I'm Muslim, and Turkish. But from my position
Bro, you are as Muslim as I am Muslim, okay? You are the whitest motherfucker. You are closer to Christian nationalism than Muslim, okay? All right, Jesus Christ. No, you are not. You're like a fucking Mayo. Mayo. Okay, all right, dude.
of privilege, I guess I am more comfortable to
Oh,
be able to say
hell
this, but
no. What the fuck?
I recognize
Oh
and can
no.
be a little bit more forgiving of
What is
people's
this,
I
dude?
guess micro aggressions and people's issues and be able to work through that. I can take on this emotional labor um, because it's not as exhausting for someone like myself because it doesn't directly impact me in that way. And
Hmm.
I
Bro, Hassan is literally a fucking chameleon, dude. He will literally shapeshift into whatever you want him to be in order to fit whatever situation, in order to appeal to the most clout and audience that he could possibly have. Like he is literally someone who fails upwards, okay? He burns the bridge with everyone and backstabs everyone in an effort to like suck himself up through like a fucking tiny ass air vent, okay, where he gets shredded into like red cheddar, okay?
I understand that everyone has what I like to call privilege blind spots. There's an intersectionality to oppression. There's an intersectionality to privilege. And I
Yeah.
think everyone has some kind of a privilege blind spot. Like many Americans, as a matter of fact, for example, have the blind spot of being a part of the labor aristocracy. That
Dude, he's actually so shameless because this is literally him, right? Like it's literally him. If there's anyone who has like a privileged blind spot, isn't it like fucking Hasan? What? Dude, he's actually so shameless when he he doesn't even bat an eye when he says stuff like this. Like it is actually unhinged. He's like high off of his own farts. He's not just high off his own, he's like inhaling and having an overdose of it.
They are beneficiaries of the
Jesus.
unequal exchange that we have from the global south, where they are immediately in a much better material circumstance than like someone living in the DRC,
Mm,
you know, someone living in the global south that's
yeah.
seeing a lot of conflict, someone living in Yemen, for example. And we have some
Oh no, dude. Not Yemen, dude. Come on. Come on, Hasan. Hasan, you don't want to go back to Yemen, all
sometimes
right? Trust
animosity
me.
towards people like this without even realizing that we have this. So like I try to
What?
work people through that by
Dude,
showcasing the humanity of people in the global south, by trying to give them a voice. That is how I work through it, because I come at it from an understanding that like
well, you want to give terrorists a voice? You're doing a fantastic job then.
everyone has
Jesus.
like some kind of a blind
Holy
spot,
shit.
and it's not because they're truly evil people. And I don't subscribe to good bad dynamics when it comes to politics. I understand
Oh, unless it's Destiny. Destiny is for sure evil, right?
that people are just simply
Mm-hmm.
a victim to their social conditioning, or just
Mm.
kind of going along and trying to survive every single day without really reading too much into how socio-political constructs have been defined and exist in society, and how that might impact them and others around them.
Getting outside of the current news cycle, you spend a lot of time online. I think that's an understatement. And as somebody who also spends a lot of time online,
Oh, he spends all of his time watching Destiny streams, don't you know? Dude, if anything, Hasan is like Destiny's #1 fan, okay? He probably like spends all his time online watching Destiny streams.
I'm sure that
Yeah.
you also have seen so many things that were sort of like casual, sort of online or social media trends or sort of currents that you saw bubbling up in culture become extremely politically relevant over the past like 5 or so years. I'm wondering, like, I don't know, what are you seeing or noticing right now that maybe the everyday person isn't familiar with that you think that they should be paying
Tell us,
attention to
Hasan. Tell us.
because it might become extremely politically or culturally relevant.
Hasan, we're all so dumb. Hasan, Hasan, we're all so stupid and dumb. All right, tell us, Hasan. Tell us, Hasan, how it really is. Tell tell us, Hasan. Hasan, tell us how it really is, Hasan. Hasan, we're just so stupid and ignorant, and you're just so smart. Oh my god.
Um,
Oh my god. Master leader, Hasan. Is there anything that you've experienced that you could share with us? Maybe give us a little bit of inkling of your, of your wisdom a little bit.
very, very soon in ways that they
Yeah, himbo
might not be
Jesus.
thinking about.
Ooh, I mean, I was just
Ooh,
thinking about this the other day,
don't
but
worry.
I feel
Yeah,
like young
yeah. You know what? When I think I'm generating energy like kilowatts. When I think, okay, I'm like generating, like energy, like I'm generating enough energy to power a small town with my enormous brain power.
conservatives,
Yeah,
especially
no problem, guys.
those who
Oh
work in
yeah.
politics,
Hmm.
are definitely a lot more right wing, like ideologically invested in I would say far right Nazi stuff, or Catholic nationalism or whatever, like Christian dominion.
Nationalism or whatever. Yeah. So like, I think that masculinity is all about confidence, and I consider myself to be a really masculine person.
Like whatever iteration of far right ideology they've developed for themselves.
Mm,
It's usually a manifestation of fascism, and I think there's a lot more people, especially in politics, that are under the age of 35 on the Republican side that abide by these principles and live out those desires than we think. So I say, watch the space. There's also
mm,
another thing that I've been noticing
hmm
where pure reactionary
Tell us
politics
about
have
it, Hassan.
basically turned into this this incredible endeavor where it's so hyper focused on owning the libs and like getting a reaction out of
Ah,
liberals that nowadays I think there is nowadays any sort of reaction, no matter what that reaction is, like disgust, revulsion, is still I think considered a positive in like conservative circles.
interesting. So it's not even about like when you talk about owning the libs, I think like about like those Jubilee videos where people go on and
Oh
like
God.
debate 50 people or something like that. That's a whole other conversation. But what you're saying is sort of like anything. It's almost like reminds me of like I don't know when my younger sister and I used to fight when we were children. And it's like anything that irritates you
Yes.
is a win for me.
Yes. And any
Hmm.
kind of irritation is a win. It doesn't matter what the punishment is for yourself, what the penalties are for yourself that you're incurring in the process. It's just you
Hmm.
made them react. You made them react in a negative fashion, and that's good.
And that's enough.
It's like a child. I think we're getting dumber. That's the other thing. I think we're just getting dumber and dumber.
We're getting dumber and dumber, and that's a good thing. That's why I'm helping accelerate it. Haha, huh, haha.
We have no interest in the arts. We have no interest in
Wow,
culture.
that's
Everything
amazing.
is turned into content. Movies are content now. Everything is TikTok aura moments. Movies are being made for TikTok aura
Wait, we're he's complaining about like aura farming or whatever the fuck, but isn't he like the same person who is literally asking his chat whether or not he is exhibiting aura? Am I misremembering this or something? Yeah, I mean, like, isn't this like projection? Exactly, isn't this projection? I mean, am I misremembering the fact that Hasan literally was asking his chat whether or not he exhibits aura? I swear to God, this has happened.
moments.
Give me a second.
All
Give me a
of that,
second.
I think, is just is just lowering the standards for everything else.
I wonder what's the alternative?
I don't know. I don't know what the alternative is. I think taking a step back, taking a breather, becoming a Luddite, deciding that there's too much technological
Okay, I can't find it.
progress, and it's
Getting a dumb
important.
phone?
Yeah, it's important to just like kind of scale down your over reliance on tech.
Hmm.
Not that I do that. I mean, I don't do that.
I was gonna
I'm
say,
live every single day.
I was
I mean,
gonna
I
say, I
kind of
thought
do
I
that
saw
for
what?
AI. Like, I don't use any AI whatsoever. That's just
Oh,
like I have not used any AI. I think I've like been on ChatGPT one time for a video or something. I just don't like it. I don't like it at all. And maybe it's because I'm old. I'm 33 years old. Maybe I'm a boomer. But I think that
3 old. That's funny.
well, in my
Now we know that, listen, I wouldn't be too surprised if he used AI for his debate versus Ethan Klein, okay? I'm gonna be totally real, okay? I really don't think that's the only time he used AI. I really don't think so. Alright, who the fuck knows what's going on, like, in his, like, screen, office screen, when he's, like, debating Ethan Klein. Alright, Jesus. Coming from a guy that talked about music. Did he say 32? No, 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 no. He missed. He was off by about like 10 years. I mean, this is how dementia works. Dementia works, right? Like you kind of misremember even the simplest things, right? For example, he says that he's 30 something, blah blah blah, but we all know that he's like 40 something or 50 something, right? Like 42, ish. Dementia is a horrible thing, okay? Especially early onset chronic dementia, okay? Yeah, sucks to see it.
in my line of work, that's you're dead.
Mm.
They ask like the young NBA recruits what age is unk, and they say like anything past 25 is unk. Yeah.
I still never. I think I was 31 the first time that a younger colleague called me their OG. So yeah, I mean, it does sneak up on you. It does sneak up on you.
Yeah, you go past 25, you're unk.
Could you say that you aging is your destiny? Haha, got him. Okay.
Unk or auntie or OG. It's over.
I got one last question. Just this is just I'm
Take
just
on the
curious. I'm
wheel.
just purely curious. I am not indicating that you've given me any type of clues. But I mean, you are extremely invested in politics. You've got this gigantic audience. It's only growing. One of our producers, Alexis, her mom watches you.
That's crazy.
Like, yeah, like you listen, you're getting intergenerational with it. Or at least there's definitely potential there to continue
Hamas mom?
to grow. I wonder, like, I don't know, would you ever run
Would this Alexis person be Palestinian
for
or?
office? Would that be something you'd be interested in?
No, it's not. People ask me that all the time. It's not. I think I'm too hot headed. I'm too hot.
Wait, what?
Listen, you're getting intergenerational with it. Or at least there's definitely potential there to continue to grow. I wonder, like, I don't know, would you ever run for office? Would that be something you'd be interested in?
No, it's not. People ask me that all the time. It's not. I think I'm too hot headed. I'm too hot headed, and I'm too uncompromising. I feel like there are better people out there with a better background that can do a better job. Well, the other side of it is that I also put
Oh, okay, so you care about politics, but not to the extent in which you would put everything on the line for it. Okay, all right, I got you, dude. If Hasan ever runs for office, I think Destiny has an obligation to run against him. Okay, I think that he has an obligation to run against him, so then we can have debate content. I just want Destiny versus Hasan debate content on the fucking big stage. Okay, that's all I want. That's all. Listen, if there's anything in life that I want, that is what I want out of life. Okay.
push for
Yeah.
things beyond politics with regular frequency. I think that like voting for someone or getting a position in the office is not the end all be all. As a matter of fact, it's the first step, and it's oftentimes
Someone should tell NPR to watch the fucking Ethan Klein debate. On God, okay? I think on God that should be what's happening, okay? So someone tell NPR crew to watch the fucking Ethan Klein debate, okay? I mean, big content creator who is a high stakes debate in which he gets insanely cooked. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I think we should watch that one.
quite
I'm female and think Hasan is mid. Of course, his personality is giant negative for me. Well, the older you get as a woman, the more you get attracted more towards like personality and whatever the fuck, right? I think like honestly, a lot of young women are probably like extremely vain or something like that. But I think that as you grow older and you have children and you begin to look through life through a different lens, you start to get less and less a little bit less selfish. I get it.
insignificant in terms of building a grander political movement. And I work.
His hair isn't real, for the record, okay? Like, I think his hair is fine, I guess. Um, it's just that like for me, I have hair in which people say that my hair is not real, so I kind of get it. Is my hair real? I don't know. Yeah. Anyway,
Completely outside of the confines of just
no
like
way it's real.
electoralism. I mean, it's not something that I abhor. It's not something that I say, oh, I don't care about this or whatever. I do care about it,
No.
but
Okay.
I think it's only a means to an end. It's not the end itself.
But I wonder, I don't know, you also described yourself as like being old in your line of work. Like, what do you like, I don't know, like Hassan is 60. Like, what are you doing? What is that? Like, are you going to be
Hasan 60. Ooh. Hey, that's like next year, okay? Jesus.
streaming? I saw, like, I think recently you said on Twitter or something like that, that you realized that you hadn't taken a weekend off from streaming in like what, 18 months or a year and a half or something
18
like that?
months? No,
Like
since 2018.
2018,
I
that's what it
had
was, since
not taken.
2018.
Hasan is a wretched, putrid creature who has destroyed this nation for his own benefit. He is a wretched, disgusting, putrid, filthy, evil monster that has brought nothing but harm to this glorious nation that we call the United States of America. God bless the United States, okay? We have to defend our country every day against monsters, absolute visceral monsters like Hasan. Monsters that stand to infiltrate our very institutions and tear apart and destroy everything that we love and believe. Monsters like Hasan, okay? These people are treasonous traitors of the United States. They don't care about you. They certainly don't care about your family. They don't care about your well being. They care only to enrich themselves at the expense of you. and the American dream. He is someone who owns a mansion, takes up land, when he is someone who is supposed to support denser housing. This is not someone who is serious. This is a person who is obscenely evil and is a villain of the highest order. He must be defeated. Everywhere there is evil prevails when good men do nothing, okay? He is the evil that good men must prevail against. Yes.
And not taking 3 continuous days off
Right. You can't
since
do that at
2018.
60. You can't do that at 60. So what is that like, I don't know, 20
Oh no. Every single time she says or mentions him at 60, you can like literally see his life flashing before his eyes. Like he is literally like having he's literally having the conniptions, okay? Every single time, dude, he's so fucking insecure. It's
27 years
crazy.
from now?
It's
What's
That's
the
what you think.
Sure,
I mean, that's
sure.
the thing. I don't know. I'm going off of vibes for the most part. I love what I do. I'm very
well,
fortunate to have such a massive audience of like-minded individuals. When I first started, I never thought I would get to this position in my career. I never thought
Mhm.
that I would be one of the largest content creators on the platform in general. I thought,
Hmm.
maybe I'll be like
well, I mean, this is what happens when you literally just backstab everyone you meet, including TYT. Destiny certainly wasn't the only one you backstabbed, okay? Cenk Uygur and Anna Kasparian, okay? As heinous as these people are, certainly they still didn't deserve you backstabbing them for sure. Yeah, they are horrible people, but like the thing is that like you backstab everyone that you meet. You are literally you're playing fucking Game of Thrones, okay? Except you're like fucking Tywin, all right? You're like Tywin from Game of Thrones. That's who you are.
like a
You're just evil.
small sized political content creator because obviously
Yeah.
in the realm of politics like there's a ceiling for that kind of
Yeah.
thing. I never realized that I would be not
Like he is literally a person who is manipulating and conniving. He is like Satan. He's like Satan conniving his way to the very top. Like he is literally plotting, conniving, and backstabbing his way to the very top. He is literally like Tywin. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
just the largest political content creator but like the largest content creator, one of the largest content creators in general for
Hmm.
like the past 5 years now at this point. So I never take it for
Wow.
granted because I remember how
Whoa.
the internet was before. There were more people like myself out there who were out and about and loud about their politics, their leftist ideals.
You feel like there's fewer people now?
No, I remember when there was basically nobody, is what I'm
I
saying.
see,
Back
I
when I
see,
used
I
to
see.
work at the Young Turks, I mean that was a minefield. It was devastating. We've kind of gotten back to that world again with like
Hmm.
it's almost Gamergate 2.0 at this point.
You're
There
not the
are
only person I've heard say that.
there are definitely a lot of Gamergate associations.
He's not wrong
I would
technically.
say that I would maybe like the contemporary right wing movement online.
Mm-hmm.
The same apolitical centrist people who claim to be apolitical and centrist, but like Donald Trump on the virtues of content, but also really like his policies. And then maybe they actually like white supremacist ideals as well behind the policies.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember having to tackle that so much in like 2016, 2017, like at the end stage of Gamergate, where there were so many of these like video game commentary people that were just like white supremacists and neo Nazis, or were
Ethan Klein's pretty like merciless when it comes to going after people that he thinks have personally like fucked him over. I really, if there's anyone, I don't even, I don't even, I think that if I had to choose a reality in which bad Epinata has to continue like existing in this space and Hasan is the one that's taken down, like I would take Hasan being taken down over bad Epinata. I'm sorry. Like it just is. Like in my opinion, I would rather have Hasan be, because I think that his damage to the Piker Uyghur the Piker Uyghur crime family has done too much damage to the current discourse of politics, that I think that this crime family needs to be taken down. This crime family is actually just um evil. They're just evil. It's just like insane how much this crime family has damaged um the entire, like, took millions and millions of people away from us. The Uyghur Piker crime family is insane, right? Like, the amount of damage that they have caused is insurmountable. It's just monstrous, like what they have done, it's just so horrible.
Collaborating with neo-Nazi
Um,
white supremacists openly and trying to push their
oh yeah,
audience
it's
through
like
that funnel. And I think that had a devastating impact on a lot of young men at the time. And
Hmm.
we've brought that back at this point for sure. I think that still very much exists. I'm out there trying to do my very best to try to pull people away from that radicalization pipeline, but I do think that a lot of the centrist and dare I say liberal or self-identified liberal accounts play a
mm,
formative role in actively pushing young men away from people like myself into the arms of the radical neo-Nazi style movements because they are so predisposed with like attacking someone like
and of course, he has to constantly slip in an attack against the Democrats, right? Like, the thing is that, like, dude, these people are like, the damage that they have done in the grand discourse of things is insurmountable, right? Like, the damage that they have, like, done to Democrats and to everything that is good about this world is insurmountable. Like, it's just like, it's incalculable, right? The lives that were literally lost, right? Because I think that people only see the immediate consequences of people like this, right? But you know what the reality is? The reality is that downstream from Hassan, there are real human death. That's what it is. There are real human death that is associated with Hassan's rhetoric, right? The people who have yelled out "Free Palestine," right, after killing, two Jewish embassy people, right, and then every single shooting, every single, like, murder who that, like, derive from this, people who push anti-CEO propaganda to the point where Luigi Mangione went out to kill the CEO and whatever. We don't really see the downstream effects of this, right? We only see the immediate effects, like Destiny getting backstabbed, but we don't see the greater effect of Trump winning the election, right? And when Trump wins the election, millions of people die every time. Every time, millions of people are condemned to a life of pain and suffering, right? Trump's COVID policies that literally led to more than 1 million Americans dying, right? Or Trump's current cuts, where it literally led to probably people not getting their health care or veterans not getting the care by cutting veteran affairs in half, right? Or cutting, sorry, 60,000 employees out of veteran affairs, right? People like Hassan contribute directly to the downfall of America, and it's part of his ideology too. You don't even need to go that far to prove it. If he truly is an ML, all MLs, not just some, all MLs are pro-accelerationist. All MLs. Don't let them fool you, okay? When an ML tells you that they are not pro-accelerationist, they are absolutely pro-accelerationist. What that means is that they will encourage the downfall of America as fast as possible to awaken class consciousness for a revolution. That's what it means, right? Like, yeah, that's it. I think Luigi Mangione was a lone wolf. No, he was not. The reality is that, yes, Hassan Piker isn't plotting the death of, like, the CEO of United Healthcare, right? But do you know what's going on? I think what's happening is that you have people like Hassan who is contributing to the populist space in general. And I think he's a huge voice in the populist space. When you have a huge voice in the populist space, like going against all these rich people and whatever, it does brew a certain kind of sentiment that is of the violent variety, right? And I don't think this is something that I think is just simply a stretch to say at this point. I don't think I'm schizoposting. I think that there is good evidence and truth in this, right? Because I get what you're trying to say, where it's like, oh, we can't know what the downstream effects are. But I think at this point, I think we can't afford to play dumb anymore, you know? We can't play dumb anymore whenever someone, like, has this kind of violent rhetoric against CEOs. Like what did Hassan say? Kill landlords? I want the streets to run red with landlord blood. You don't think this kind of rhetoric contributed towards, the kind of environment that would foster Luigi Mangione? Really, right? Like, more
Myself,
than anything.
that they just drop the ball. They forget that there is a far greater evil, at least from our shared understanding of the world.
Hmm. Hmm. Well, Hassan, it has been a pleasure. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate you coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Wow, cool. Awesome. Splendid. Really epic stuff, guys. Legal updates. What does Peace go up to?
States in a single sentence without argument or citation to any legal authority. In there
Oh.
to say that. Also, who's this guy, Mike from PA?
No, I mean specifically the case of Luigi Mangione. Yeah, no, sure. I'm not saying Hasan is the direct conspirator. I'm not saying that these people watch Hasan, but I'm saying Hasan isn't making things better in that space. He's making things far, far worse in that space. Does that make sense? Like, yeah.
You guys heard of this guy? Heard he's going after people, calling Jews a demonic ethnicity, quote unquote, demonic ethnicity. Give me a break. I don't support that stuff. That's crazy. And so I just wanted to, condemn that. What else should I condemn? Oh, yeah. Kyle Kalinske had like a take I didn't like, but I forgot about that. What else?
Is he... I can't tell if Pisco is trying to be more mindful now, or he's being sarcastic or something. I don't know. Like, I can't tell right now.
Someone said the Democrats don't do good things and don't provide for their voters. Want to condemn that really quick. What else should I condemn?
Okay, it sounds like he's being sarcastic. What?